In 2019, Bob Iger made the biggest bet of his entire career. He bought 21st Century Fox for $71 billion. Now, most people think he did it for the X-Men or Avatar, but if you look at the fine print, the real crown jewel was Star India. Disney believed that if they could win India, the next billion users, they could rule the streaming world forever. And for a while, they were right. They had the IPL, they had the movies, they had 60 million subscribers. They were invincible. And then they weren't. In late 2025, the impossible happened. The global giant surrendered. Disney didn't just merge with Reliance, they effectively handed over the keys. The valuation of their India business crashed from $15 billion to just over $3 billion. How does a company with unlimited money lose to a local player? Look, this isn't just a story about a merger. This is a masterclass in modern warfare. It's the story of how Mukesh Ambani used a strategy called the loss leader to bleed a global giant dry until they had no choice but to kneel. Welcome to the monopoly. Welcome back to Brand Theory, where we decode the business strategies that shape our world. I'm your host, and today we are dissecting the deal of the decade, the Jio-Star merger. Here's the thing about India that foreign companies never seem to understand. You don't win India with content. You win India with habit. For decades, Star India was the habit. They owned the living room with Star Plus. They owned the weekend with cricket. When Disney took over in 2019, they inherited a monopoly. Hotstar wasn't just an app, it was streaming in India. At its peak, Disney Plus Hotstar had around 61 million paid subscribers. To put that in perspective, that was nearly 1/3 of Disney's total global subscriber base. But here's what most people don't realize. Those subscribers, they weren't loyal to Disney. They weren't there for The Mandalorian or Marvel. They were there for one specific thing, the IPL. Disney had what we call the golden handcuffs. As long as they held the rights to the Indian Premier League, you had to pay them. And Disney knew it. They felt safe. But in business, feeling safe is the first step to dying. June 2022. This is the moment everything changed. The rights for the IPL were up for auction. Disney walked in, ready to write a massive check. They expected a fight, maybe from Sony, maybe from Amazon, but sitting across the table was Viacom 18, backed by Reliance. Now, you might be thinking, Disney has more money than God. Why didn't they just outbid Ambani? Well, let's do the math. Disney is a public company in the US. They have to answer to Wall Street. They need to show profit. Reliance? They are an empire building a pipeline. The auction result was split. Disney kept the TV rights. But Reliance snatched the digital rights for roughly 23,000 crore rupees. Disney's executives probably celebrated that night. They thought, we kept the TV audience. That's where the big ad money is. But they missed the point. Ambani didn't buy the IPL to make money from subscriptions. He bought it to destroy the concept of subscriptions. 6 months later, JioCinema dropped the nuclear bomb. Free. Not free trial, not free if you have a Jio SIM, just free for everyone, even if you are on Airtel or Vodafone. Imagine you own a pizza shop and you charge $10 a slice. Suddenly, the guy next door starts giving away better pizza for $0 just to get people to walk into his store. How long can you stay open? The impact was instant and brutal. In the quarters following the loss of IPL, Disney Plus Hotstar began to bleed. Let's look at the numbers because they are wild. Q1 2023, lost 3.8 million subscribers. Q2 2023 lost another 4.6 million. The total loss was staggering. Over 20 million subscribers vanished in under a year. That is the population of an entire European country. Gone. But the problem wasn't just the user count. It was the ARPU, average revenue per user. In the US, Disney makes about $7 or $8 per user. In India, they were making about 60 to 70 cents. When you are making pennies on the dollar, you need massive volume to survive. Ambani took the volume away. Bob Iger saw the writing on the wall. Disney's India business was burning cash. The valuation of Star India, which was once the justification for the whole Fox deal, had plummeted. It was worth $15 billion in 2019. By 2024, analysts were valuing it at less than $4 billion. They had two choices. One, keep fighting a billionaire who is willing to lose money for a decade, or two, surrender and salvage what's left. They chose option 2. So, here we are. The merger is done. But let's look at the ownership split, because that tells you who really won. Reliance owns over 63%. Disney holds roughly 37%. And the chairperson? Nita Ambani. Make no mistake, this isn't a partnership. This is an acquisition with a polite name. So, what does this mean for you, the viewer? Well, remember the free IPL? Don't get used to it. History tells us exactly what happens next. It's the standard monopoly playbook. Phase 1, predatory pricing to kill competition. Phase 2, consolidation. Phase 3, profit-taking. With Z and Sony struggling, and Amazon and Netflix happy to stay in their premium niche, Jio-Star now controls the mass market. They control the cricket, they control the HBO content, they control the Star movies. There is nowhere else to go. The Jio-Star merger is the end of the streaming wars in India. One side ran out of ammo. For the business minds watching, the lesson is ruthless but clear. Content is king, but distribution is King Kong. Disney had the best content library in the world, but Ambani controlled the pipeline. In a price-sensitive market like India, he who controls the cost of access wins. Disney came to India to conquer. They spent billions. They played the game by Hollywood rules. But they forgot one thing. In India, you don't play against the house, you join it. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more dark lore from the business world. And if you want to see another masterclass in how an Indian brand crushed a global giant, you need to watch this video right here, Zudio versus Zara. It's the exact same war, just with fashion instead of cricket. I'll see you there.